Hello everyone, we'll be presenting a project on open source contribution called Refactor Graphql API endpoint for repositories. We did this project in two phases. In the first phase, we refactored our backend GraphQL API queries. We migrated from having hard-coded query strings in our queries to predefined string constants. And we made sure that this migration was successful by writing tests in PyTests and Postman. So earlier you can see that we had hard-coded strings in our GraphQL queries, and in the new API we have predefined string constants in our new queries. So now we'll talk about our workflow diagram. So in the first phase, we just refactored our GraphQL APIs. So here you can see that the user or an actor can send any requests that they want from the GitHub GraphQL API. So basically, they send a request, and in our backend, that goes through our GraphQL query builder, and then that connects to the GitHub GraphQL API, and then you can get repository commits, contributors, and contributor contribution information from the GitHub GraphQL API. And in the second phase, we added a front end in React. So you can see we just added a front end in React to visualize the data that is sent from our GraphQL APIs. So now we'll show the demo of our build application. So here you can see we have initially we have the contributors interface. So here you can specify any owner of any repository. Then you can specify the repository as well. So I'll add the repository name. So we can click on the Get Contributors button, and then you will see all the contributors pertaining to this particular repository. And finally, we can also press this button to see all this data extracted in the Excel format. So just give this a second. Yeah, so we can see all the data extracted in the Excel format, and then same thing we can do for commits. So I'll add repository owner name, the repository name itself, then press on get commits. So here you can see all the data visualized, uh, all the commit data visualized. So here you can see total commits, total additions, total deletions, and total files. So again, you can export this data to Excel, and you'll be able to see all this information in an Excel format. And finally, we have contributions data. We can add, again, we can specify the owner information, repository information, and contributor ID. So contributor ID is the ID of a particular contributor. And if we press on get contributions, we'll see all the contribution information done by this particular contributor with this ID. Again, we can export this information to Excel. And here you can see we have the same information in Excel format. So that's it for our project. Thank you.